if you're getting up there, you're like, oh, this motherfucker is uh this, or this person is a mass murderer, or he's this, and that's not true. Like, that's crazy.
Penetrate. Now, I'm gonna shift into this, all right? So when we talking battle wise though, does it matter if the bars are true with what you're saying about your opponent? Or does it just matter the angle that you're taking and you making them look bad and stuff like that? Because, see, for example, your man Kweli and Mickey Factz were having a discussion about this on his podcast, right? On Mickey Factz' podcast, talking about now in battle rap, you sign up for that. Sometimes, like the angles people take, it's not true, but on wax, it's different. And you know, some of the claims that he made against Dayton was saying that he wasn't telling the truth completely. But then like other people, I saw like a interview with Glasses Malone and Bootleg Kev. They were talking about the Drake and Kendrick battle, and they were saying, well, was it ever proven that Drake was really hiding a daughter or something like that? Does it matter, or does it just it matters that Kendrick made him look bad? You know what I mean? Did we ever really find out that Tupac fucked Faith Evans? Did we ever find out that Jay-Z left condoms on Nas's kid's baby seat? You know, or the bar just hit so hard that it didn't matter anymore?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It does not. You know why it doesn't matter? Because there's so many different approaches to writing, right? Especially in writing a diss track or anything of that nature, right? So, boom, you might say, hold on, let me think of a song. Unless like, take like Against All Odds by Tupac, right? Now, that record, when you listen to that record, he's telling a story from beginning to end. He's dissing niggas in the story, but he's telling a story. That was his approach. There's really no way. It's not bars, really. It's a story, right? I mean, it's bars, but it's not bars in the sense of it's a punchline. Yeah. He's leading up to the punchline and whatever. But so then you have a record like To the Break of Dawn, like we was just talking about, right? L said, before you rap, you was a downtown car thief, working in a parking lot. A brother with a perv deserves to get burned. Tell me how you like your coke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do we know that this nigga was working in a parking lot? I've never heard that. But these are lines that get thrown in there, were you abused as a child, scared to smile, they called you ugly?
Right.
Is it confirmed? I mean, Jay-Z wasn't the most handsomest child, so it's probable he was called ugly, but it's implied. Like, were any of us there?
But
did he get hugs? He might have got hugs.
Part of it, though, I feel like is a cultural shift because of the internet, because of content creation, because then fans started really analyzing the lyrics to things and putting out videos, and then like people are interacting with each other. Before, it's like you were like, this is barbershop talk with your friends and whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? And then it became almost like a niche in itself where it's like the fans really got obsessed and we're talking about it constantly, and you know what I'm saying? And that's where people are like, oh, it does matter that if it's true or not. There's an obsession with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's retarded because, yeah, I think that there might be some things that are true and some things that's not. I think that if you're gonna diss somebody for it to really be effective, I think that you gotta know how to write and how to walk that line. The facts, you detail the facts, and the stuff that's not true, you make sure that they're not damning, just not, I don't wanna say filler, but they're supporting bars. Unless you're gonna do a story, you're approaching it like a story, like how Pot did with Against All Odds.
I don't think that people should say that, like, if it's not true, it's completely disqualified or whatever. But for example, like when Pusha T dissed Drake, right? The story of Adidon, whatever that was, right? That shit he said was true though, right? And he proved it, and like it hit harder because there was facts to back it up that, yo, you really did have a kid that we ain't know about with this girl that had some questionable history, and then the album cover or the single cover and everything like that, like the angle that he took and how there was facts to put behind it, it hit harder, so it almost like it weighed more. But I don't think you should say like, oh, like just because there's not evidence to prove it, that it's just disqualified, because
Here's
it's
the
about
thing,
being entertained at the end of the day.
well, here's the thing, you're not gonna get on a you're not gonna it depends on what you're saying though.
Right.
When you're writing, if you're getting up there, you're like, oh, this motherfucker is uh, uh, a rapist, or this person is a mass murderer, or he's this, and that's not true. Like, that's crazy. But if you up there like, yo, this motherfucker um steals hubcaps, it's some funny shit. Like, it's shit that ain't true, but it just depends on how you're writing. Like, you gotta be careful in what you be responsible in your writing.
Right.
That's
Well,
all.
okay. So, like for example, then in the Kendrick and Drake situation, now it hasn't been proven that Drake was messing around with minors or whatever, but that was one of the big sticking points of the diss track, right? Was like,
Mhm.
oh, you got people in your crew that are suspect, or you've done suspect things in regards to the age of women that you messing with. So that's a serious allegation. That's a serious jacket to put on somebody.
It is. It is. And again, you gotta be responsible in your writing, because that's something that's gonna carry over. There's still people that believe it. Like, whether it's true or not, like, again, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But there's people that actually believe it. And that's unfortunate if it's not true.
Right. Right while he eating. My bad. All right.
Yo, nothing better than vanilla grandma cookies.
Grandma cookies.
They need to cut me a check because I keep them in business.